It's Jay Coffee on the vid, and we just saw the other day, just recently, a horrific, sickening death at the hands of the police. Sonya Massey, R.I.P. to her. So sick and twisted what happened to her. May her soul rest in peace. May her family try and find peace. I don't know, I always say a parent burying a child is something that's never supposed to happen, and that is tragic enough as is a horrific thing for a parent to deal with, but for things to happen in the way in which they did is, I just can't imagine being in those individuals' shoes, her family, her parents, and all that. Comment and let me know your thoughts across the board. But rapper Spider Loc touched on something in regards to Sonya Massey's horrific death in an interview, and I wanted to share it with y'all.
Do you think the other officer right next to him should have shot him right there?
Definitely so. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because this is the problem with us saying that there are some good cops. Some people would say that was the bad cop and the other guy was the good cop because he didn't do that. But if the cops are here to protect and serve, especially the vulnerable, the innocent, when you see a member of your community get shot down and murdered in cold blood and you have a weapon, he did that with the potential alleged threat of a pot of water. There is obviously an unhinged individual in your presence using his firearm to take lives of innocent people. Why do you not use your firearm then to eliminate that threat? And I think that is a very logical, practical application of what an officer is supposed to provide to the public. And I think that he should be brought up upon charges too. Because if he did not at least shoot that man down dead, he should have tried to arrest him immediately upon witnessing that murder.
So comment and let me know, those out there, what you thought about what he said there about the other officer, individuals looking at this situation and saying he was the good cop or decent cop. This cop who's been charged is the bad cop. And, it's like I've in the past looked at situations, not even speaking of situations of people dying, just in general with police, and say like there's cops that get on the force and abuse their power, or sign up to get power to abuse it, or sign up to use their gun and can't wait to, just on some evil, twisted ish. And then there's cops that go to work and try to make a difference and help people out, or cut someone a break that really needs it. Or there's cops that have a bad day and come to work looking for someone to take it out on some bull-ish or whatever. That the police are like any other sector of the population where there's all different kinds of individuals. But very often people have responded and said, Coffee, the police, there's no such thing as good police. Comment and let me know if you agree with that or not. That there's no such thing, because the police as a whole, the system, the criminal justice system, everything is flawed and fucked up. And when things are happening like this, innocent people being gunned down or people's rights being violated, and just all the horrific abuse of power and stuff like that happens, that anyone within that system is just no good. Many people have shared that sentiment with me over the years whenever discussing this topic. And once again, hit the comments and let me know your thoughts about it all. But you heard Spider Loc saying, the police supposed to, protect and serve, or serve and protect, whatever, the public, citizens and whatnot. And, an individual that seemingly was struggling and had some issues and was dealing with some stuff like that needed help, needed to be served, needed to be protected, and instead was gunned down and killed right in her kitchen. That he believes that the other officer is in the wrong as well and should be charged, because he should have raised his weapon to protect the public, to protect Sonya Massey, to save her life. And, R.I.P. Sonya Massey and R.I.P. George Floyd, referencing back to that horrific situation that happened some years back. I wondered and spoke about this back then, right, as we see Derek Chauvin locked up, getting shanked up, poked up, rotting away in prison as he deserves. Or some individuals would say, hey, he's getting off easy. He deserves far worse than that. Let me know what you think. But you know, with him being charged and convicted, I looked at that situation and was like, well, could citizens have jumped in and stopped him from doing what he was doing? Or why didn't the other police stop it or whatever? You know, like in these situations where these police officers, with Sonya Massey and George Floyd, Sonya Massey's situation, obviously the court process still has to play out, but I believe he will be convicted. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but I feel that he will. But my point is what happens when there's cops out here breaking the law, abusing their power, and hurting people? Can citizens, or why don't other police officers step in to stop it? And can citizens, or, you know, it's like, what is a citizen supposed to do if they see some cop abusing their power, harming an innocent person? If they try to jump in and stop something, they may fear that they'll rot away in prison or be killed. It's just so foul and flucked up, you know, when as the legal system is looking at it, they are deeming these criminal acts that these police officers are committing. So something has to give, where something has to be able to be done to stop terrible things from happening, you know? But like you heard him, he said that this is an unhinged individual, and he looks at the other officer for not doing something to save Sonya Massey's life as a foul, flucked up individual as well, who should be rotting in jail. And I just wanted to tap in with everyone out there and see what everyone thinks about this situation and about what Spider Loke was saying, and just get everyone's personal thoughts, take an opinion about police, the legal system, etc., abuse of power. Will things ever get better? Can things ever get better? How do you look at the police? How do you look at these horrible things that have happened? And RIP to those who have lost their lives at the hands of police. Let's talk about it all in the comments. Subscribe and stay tuned for updates. It's Coffee signing out. Peace.